Aggressive parents, here's what you can do. So look, I hope you never have to deal with an aggressive parent, and certainly not one that makes you feel that you're at risk. If you are, your safety is of the utmost importance, and I'm not going to give you a top tip other than to say, make sure you're safe. But this top tip is about those parents who perhaps aren't extremely aggressive, but perhaps we might describe as being overly assertive. Perhaps they're quite forward. Perhaps they can be quite loud when they're talking to you. So what can you do when that happens? My top tip might be used when they're demonstrating those behaviours, but it might also be used when they're not. And you'll see why. So my top tip is to call out the behaviour. And there's a nice structure you can do that with, which is when you blah, I feel blah, and I would like to feel blah. Let me give you an example for that. So it might be, when you raise your voice at me, I feel intimidated, and I'd like to feel that we can have a constructive conversation. It might even be, when you raise your voice, I feel intimidated, and I think we both want to have a good conversation to move this issue forward. You can see how you can play around with it a little bit, but you might find that that works really well when someone is raising their voice. Equally, you might want to talk to them about it a little while afterwards, perhaps once tensions have simmered down, and just flag it as something that gets in the way of you both having a very effective conversation to move whatever issue they're raising forward. I really hope you don't have to deal with aggressive parents, or aggressive anyone, in fact. And if you do, obviously, safety first. But if it is one of those very assertive situations, I hope this tip can help you out. Use it if you think it will help. Whatever you decide, I hope your conversations go well. And remember, I have a free ebook all about having successful, difficult conversations with parents. We'll pop the link for you. And I have lots of videos about difficult conversations in school with parents, with colleagues. Check them out, and do remember to subscribe.